Hey, good afternoon, everyone. How you doing today? Good. Good. Glad to hear it. Welcome here. My name is Dustin. I'll be your driver and your guide, and so you're with me now for the next hour or so. My job, of course, is to take you out onto the glacier, and that's just behind us. You might even see a bit of the road if you look in that area there. The road is about 2 kilometers, about 1.5 miles long, and it leads to a place we call the turnaround points. Now, once we get to the turnaround point, what we're going to do is turn around. Keep it simple, right? Now we've got some time to hang out there, and I'm sure you're looking forward to it. It really is, one of the best days we've had all year. So we'll take advantage of that and be on our way. All that being said, is there any questions before we leave? Nothing for now? Yes? No? Okay. Well, I'm anticipating questions along the way. I provide a lot of information. What I find works best, though, is if I save, or if you save your questions for once we hop out of the bus, even on the ride back. That way we can get some of the basic information out. I can get some of the basic information out on the way up. Sound good? Yeah. Perfect. Let's be on our way. I'm going before him. I'm bigger.
What are they running? This is going to be a huge diesel.
How's the volume in the back there? Can you hear me all right?
But it's cool. It's
perfect. If it does become an issue at all, let me know, eh? For right now, though, as we straighten out, take a look to the left. At the very end of the valley, you'll notice
we're going down
three
there.
icy steps. Now, each of those icy steps is what we call an ice fall, and together they make up the head wall of the Athabasca Glacier. So that's where the glacier separates from the rest of the ice field. There's a lot more ice beyond that, and we'll talk about the relationship between the glacier and the ice field a bit more as we get a bit further. For right now, though, before we get too far, they'd like me to read this sign here above my head. Warning, this excursion involves steep inclines, rough roads, sideways movements, and sudden stops. Anybody nervous? Few people are nervous.
I've been up greens.
I'm glad to hear that. I hate to be the only one,
Oh yeah. Nice.
No, I'm feeling pretty confident right now. We are, though, heading down one of the steepest passenger carrying hills in North America, about an 18-degree angle, 32% grade. And to put that in perspective a little bit for you, the steepest grade on the Icefield Parkway is an 8% grade. We're dealing with a whole lot more than that right now. I can assure you that we really don't have much reason to worry. In fact, these buses are so well designed for this type of driving that I've actually got my foot on the gas pedal just to get down the hill right now. That's no joke. There's a very special feature called transmission lockup. I'll touch the brakes here, you can hear them. But transmission lockup keeps the revolutions of the engine so low that if I press the brake too hard, we might actually stall the bus.
That's low gearing.
Very, very low gearing, eh? No kidding. We have a few more special features. They're very specially designed buses, made by a company in Calgary called Foremost, a company that specializes in oil field equipment. They made a lot of these big machines. Only 23 Ice Explorers, though, and we here at Brewster own 22 of the 23 that they've made. The 23rd one was purchased by the American government, and they use theirs down in the Antarctic as a shuttle bus between, I believe it's the McMurdo Research Station and different airports. The company Foremost calls the buses Terra buses, and that model name inspired the Americans to nickname their bus Ivan the Terra bus. The tires are certainly another one of the special features that these buses have. Their massive size, of course, is important, but the way we take advantage of their size is what's really special about them. There's only about 14 pounds per square inch in each one of the tires, and that allows us to really maximize traction while distributing the weight of the bus a little bit better. We are driving through a lot of mud and rock right here, and of course we do pick this up as we drive along it. The bare ice is just ahead of us, and there's a pool of water in between the bare ice and the mud. And that's no accident. It's been created deliberately. We dam off the right side of the glacier so that meltwater coming through on the left-hand side gets stuck in that area. It'll clean our tires for us. We don't want to bring too much of this debris onto the ice. In a bit darker in color, attracts a lot more sunlight, and that would help the ice road melt faster than it would otherwise. You know, there's actually a bit of a story behind this pool of water, and if you don't mind, I'll share it with you quickly. A few of us drivers here at the beginning of the year, it was a very slow month for us in April, and there wasn't, of course, many of us here. We were all drivers that had been here before and had been doing the tours for quite a long time. We had a break one day and we were talking about the tour. Now, every once in a while we like to spice things up a little bit. Again, we've been here for a while, a lot of us. This year we thought, to make it more interesting, we'd give the pool of water a name for our tours. And, you know, we wanted to approach the bosses, though, to see and make sure they were all right with that idea. So we talked to them, and they were actually really excited. They thought, here's some drivers showing a bit of initiative, and they wanted to encourage it. So they said, whoever comes up with the best name will get a prize. Now, I got to tell you, I'm not the most creative guy, but I do like prizes. And so I put my mind to work. And, you know, believe it or not, I actually came up with the best name. What they thought, yeah, I won the prize. Thank you very much, thank you. Would you like to hear the name? Yeah? Well, I thought we'd call it a tire wash. Oh, bad joke. I got a couple more of those for you later. For right now, we're on the ice here, as you can see. Now, it's a pretty warm day. Lots of water flowing into the tire wash. The melting season has certainly begun. The Athabasca Glacier, from the head wall down to the toe, is about 6 kilometers, so about 4 miles long. Side to side, 1 kilometer, 5/8 of a mile wide. At the deepest point, about 300 meters, 1,000 feet deep. Now, the deepest point is where we hop out of the bus. At the turnaround point, you're standing on enough ice to bury the Eiffel Tower. For all of the ice that the Athabasca Glacier carries, it makes up only 2% of the ice field's total volume. The area beyond the mountains covered with ice is 325 square kilometers, 125 square miles. A massive sheet of ice, certainly the largest in this area, one of the largest anywhere south of the Arctic Circle. The glacial ice forms here for a few different reasons. Most of this ice is remnants of what we call the mini ice age. Between about 1200 and 1750, a lot of ice would have formed. Those years were quite a bit cooler than the years we've had for the last 200 or 300. In those years, up on the ice field, with high elevation, with clouds having to rise over the mountains as they come through the area, we get about 10 meters, about 33 feet of snow annually. Now, the really important number is not how much snow falls. We still get about that much snow, but how much melts. In the colder years, about 7 meters, 24 feet of snow would melt, and that meant that 3 meters, 10 feet, gets left behind through the summer into the next winter. So snow from the next winter falls on top of it, weighing it down, compressing it. After 10 years, there's 30 meters, 100 feet accumulated, and that puts so much pressure on the bottom level of snow that the air crystals, in the air bubbles, I should say, in the snowflakes, are squeezed down, and the snowflakes recrystallize into glacial ice. So glacial ice, rather than being frozen water, is very, very compressed snow, and so compressed, in fact, that